Welcome to my channel about Visual PKM. I'm Zsolt. Building on last week's video about the importance of diagrams in PKM, today we are going to dive deeper into a specific type of diagram that will revolutionize how you organize your understanding of anything. This is the concept diagram, also known as the concept map or concept model. However, to get us started, let's explore the idea of concept modeling by creating a concept map about the key elements of a diagram. This will help us recap last week's takeaways while learning about concept maps at the same time. I'm using the Excalidraw plugin in Obsidian.md. While there are many dedicated diagramming and modeling tools out there, the unique combination of free-form illustration and linked notes offered by the Excalidraw and Obsidian combo makes this my tool of choice for Visual PKM. We'll start by creating a new blank Excalidraw drawing. Often less is more. To avoid my concept maps getting out of hand, I like to start all my models with a focus question. This helps me narrow down the topic or issue covered by the map. Let's frame our concept model around the focus question of what are the key elements of a diagram. With this question in mind, let's start to list some of the terms that we want to include in our concept map. The concept map is about diagrams. Terms I want to include are shapes, lines, labels, keys, scope, audience, intention, topic. We can add terms later on as we are building the model, but I think these terms are sufficient to get us started. A concept model is always about a central concept. Usually concept maps are built from top down, going from the higher level concept down into the details. The central concept often has a different color to make it visually stand out. Concept maps have three basic elements: shapes that represent concepts or ideas, arrows that show the relationships, and labels that describes concepts and their relationships. Let's start to add concepts to our map from the parking lot. For example, diagrams explain topics. Notice how I added an arrow pointing from the diagram to the topic with the label explains. Two concepts connected by an arrow form a proposition. You should be able to form simple sentences by combining the two concepts and the connecting label following the direction of the arrow. Concepts are often nouns, while connectors are verbs. To continue on, a diagram has a scale. Now, looking at my parking lot, I think I want some further grouping to organize the remaining terms. This is a natural process as you develop your concept model. To be more precise, this is one of the big advantages of building a concept model, that you start to create structure as you work your way through your concepts. A diagram is built from visual elements. These visual elements are shapes, lines, labels, and keys. Scale will affect visual elements. Think of the visual elements you would include on the back of a napkin versus on a big bulletin board or on a presentation slide. Effect is a lateral connection. By adding lateral connections between concepts, you enrich your concept model. Following Abby Covert's terminology from stock, diagrams help. I would consider scope, audience, and intention as invisual elements because they influence the final visual representation but are invisible at first sight. Therefore, A diagram is based on invisual elements. These invisual elements are behind the scenes because they are not immediately noticeable. This is in contrast to visual elements that are easy to notice. Invisual elements are scope, audience, and intention. We can add a few more lateral connections, such as scale depends on audience and intention, and the topic has a scope. Finally, to round off our concept model of a diagram, let's expand on what a topic may be. It may be a process, a concept, a book, or a system, and potentially many other things. Now that you understand concept maps, I want to underline a crucial distinction between illustration versus modeling. Today, I use the word modeling for the work you do up front, writing an article or a book, producing a video, or creating a presentation or a business proposal. Modeling serves as the foundation for producing any new content. By clarifying our thoughts and defining vocabulary up front, it ensures that our content is thorough and coherent. In this sense, I contrast modeling with illustration. In my mind, illustration is done retroactively. You've already created your content and you're now looking for a way to visualize it. Illustration is driven by the content you've already created, while modeling serves as the foundation upon which you build your content. Beyond content creation, concept modeling is also a powerful tool for learning and understanding when processing information from external sources. For example, when reading a book on a new topic, creating a concept map of key concepts helps create mental scaffolding for understanding and remembering the material. Finally, you might ask, what is the difference between a mind map and a concept map? I'm going to use one of my favorite visual thinking tools, the double bubble map, to explore the similarities and differences between mind maps and concept maps. If you're interested in the double bubble map and other thinking maps, check out my playlist on the subject. I'll include a link in the description. Both concept maps and mind maps are used to organize and connect ideas, to present information, and can be created manually or with digital tools. Concept maps have a hierarchical structure from top down, while mind maps are free-form from center out. While concept maps focus on relationships between concepts, mind maps focus on associations. They are often colorful and stimulating and may include images. While concept maps are used for defining concepts, mind maps are used for brainstorming, note-taking, problem-solving, and organizing ideas. I often use both mind maps and concept maps. Concept maps will result in a model that is more rigorous, structured, and formal. Concept modeling can be challenging because it requires visualizing complex ideas and their relationships. What may appear as a simple drawing exercise becomes hard work when you realize the gaps in your understanding. This difficulty underscores the importance of concept modeling before content production. In conclusion, concept modeling serves as a powerful tool for enhancing understanding and refining knowledge before content creation and when learning a new concept. By addressing knowledge gaps and visualizing complex ideas, we paved the way for more insightful and impactful content and deeper understanding of whatever we're learning. The next time you set out to write something, start by creating a concept model for the topic you want to cover, then turn that model into text, not the other way around. Writing your content, then creating an overview to illustrate it. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore simple diagrams that foster systems thinking, building upon the foundations laid by concept modeling. Until then, keep modeling and expanding your understanding. This is Zsolt, signing off.